I'm Dennis Wirth of the Comedy Kitchen, and you've just entered the oven. I am here with Jackie Martling, better known as the Joke Man. Welcome to the Comedy Kitchen.
What a pleasure. This is the highlight of my career, at least today.
At least today. Where do you go after the Comedy Kitchen? This is the top.
The Comedy Kitchen, I move on to the Parks Casino in Bensalem, and I have a huge show in on Long Island, October 1st at the Bolton Center, and I have a very special announcement to make that I just found out today, but it's not set in stone, so I don't dare announce it, but I got something real great happening, and I hope that's a good tease for you folks. Go to jokeland.com, you'll know in a week.
Check it out.
Especially you Stern fans, we'll go nuts.
They'll go nuts. All right, we're going to make
nuts.
Beef and string beans here today. I got some vegetable oil going already. We're heating that up, get it to a nice fine heat.
Okay, now after the beef and string beans, what's the main course, Dennis?
The beef and the string beans is the main course. See, you don't want to get over it because then you get my size. You get my size, Jackie, you eat too much.
Now I know why you didn't tell me what we were cooking.
That's why we eat healthy. But in the meantime, take us back to the beginning. How did it start, comedy? How did it all get going for you?
I was a little kid after a snowball fight, 3rd grade with my friends, and my older cousin walked in and read a dirty joke. And everybody was spellbound, and I must have thought that was cool. And since then, I've remembered every joke, clean or dirty, I've ever heard.
Stuck in your head?
Stuck in my head, and I thought everybody knew them, and I started playing rock and roll to make it easier with the women, and I played rock and roll in high school and in college, and then through the entire 70s, and in 1979, at the ripe old age of 31, I abandoned music. And to give you an idea how well I was doing as a musician, when I quit music, I was the only one who knew I quit, okay?
That popular?
I was telling jokes my whole life, and I just had all these jokes, so I just started telling them on stage. I was a joke teller that played the guitar as opposed to a guitar player that told jokes, and I never looked back. I made more money and more money and more money and made my own albums. I started Governor's Comedy Shop and the Brokerage on Long Island, and then I sent my albums to Howard Stern, and he called me up, and I got lucky. We went to Pluto. I made a fortune, got semi-famous, and
now you're a comedy legend, and you're on my show.
Legend. All legend means is old, but I'm still doing my shows everywhere, and really love them. And this is so much fun.
Well, we're honored to have you here on the Comedy Kitchen. Absolutely honored.
I have on my last CD called Snart. I have 6 dirty joke CDs. Most of it was taped at Giggles in Saugus, and one of the first things I say on that album is there is nothing better than doing comedy for the people of Boston. And I really mean that. Massachusetts, the Boston area,
town.
Just great,
We love our comedy wicked lot. Wicked lot, we love it.
And ask me what I learned today, Dennis.
What'd you learn today?
I learned how to say Leominster.
Leominster, it's Leominster, but it's spelled Leominster, so you were close.
I'm in Leominster.
All right, you remember Elmer's Glue when you were in school, when you were going to do arts and crafts, Elmer's Glue?
What a coincidence. I sniffed some in the car before I remember Elmer's Glue.
You know Elmer's Glue, man.
So you could pick it off your fingers. Yes,
we're going to make a little bit. We got some flour there and some water there and a bowl here, and the flour and water makes some Elmer's Glue.
This is how we made paste.
What it looks like.
This is how we made paste in kindergarten.
And I got an onion over here, and I'm going to cut this thing up a little bit so we got some onions.
You cut the onion, I'll cut the cheese.
All right, absolutely. So I know everybody says it's so cool I got a TV show, The Comedy Kitchen, man, but they don't realize how much work goes into The Comedy Kitchen. Everybody thinks it's just cool being on TV. A lot of work goes into this, but...
well, I know you're lying.
Yeah, you know, what was a typical day like for you on the Howard Stern? Everybody thinks it's so cool. A lot of work went into it. What was a typical day like?
The hardest thing about the Howard Stern show was getting up at 4:20. That was, I'd get
That's
up at
an early AM?
It is so, people used to say to me, yeah, I understand, I get up at 6 o'clock myself. I'm like, 6 o'clock? I'm sitting there with my pen working at 6 o'clock. You know, I get in the car and commute to the city.
Coffee time.
Have some coffee, get there a few minutes before 6, sit down with my Sharpie and my pen and paper, and he'd just start talking, and we'd start trying to make it funny. And it was just
And you know,
just a hoot.
is the joke master, right?
The Joke Man, yeah, you know.
People try to stump you with jokes,
I was
correct?
named that by Rick Dees of Los Angeles, which nobody can really believe because him and Howard were like oil and water.
Arch enemies?
Yeah, whatever. Rick Dees was very white bread, but I used to do jokes for his weekly Top 40 countdown show, and I knew every joke. And when I was in a band in the 70s, people used to try and tell me a joke, and they never could tell me a joke I didn't know. And I realized I know all the jokes, so I started playing this game at my gigs where people stand up and give me the first line of a two-line joke, and I say the answer, and they lose. But if they stump me with a joke, they get a nice Stump Jackie the Joke Man t-shirt. And it's a flawless game. I've been doing it for 40 years because I get every joke, the crowd goes nuts, but then when somebody stumps me, they go even crazier. So
Right,
I can't lose. I can't lose.
Well, we do our homework here on the Comedy Kitchen. We know people stump you with jokes, and I think we got a caller online. Caller?
Oh no! Oh no!
Do we have a caller online? Maybe we don't have one. Hello. I hear the voice from beyond. Hello, caller.
He's there.
I don't hear him, but I'll take your word for it. This is our mystery caller. I'm as excited as you, Jackie. We got our mystery caller on the line. Hello? We're prepared here on the Comedy Kitchen.
I totally get it.
We only got the best. All right. Well, we're finding him. Do you know any food jokes? Hit us with a food joke.
A food joke.
On the spot now. Dun, 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 dun.
What does a virgin say to her date when she orders her salad?
A virgin say to her date when she orders a salad.
Let us alone. The food jokes are usually pretty disgusting.
Okay.
You know, you didn't tell me I was coming to a food show.
See that? It's all surprises here on the Comedy Kitchen, Jackie.
What did the Zen Buddhist say to the hot dog vendor?
The Zen Buddhist dog vendor? No idea.
Make me one with everything. That's a great. That's a great.
That's a classic one.
What's the difference between medium and rare? That's medium. That's rare.
The guys and the women get that joke, right? Out there in TV land. All right, did we find our caller or no?
Yep.
All right, caller. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Comedy Kitchen.
Thank you.
All right, who we got calling in?
I'm Scott McNeil.
Hey, Scott, do you got a joke to try to stump Jackie with?
I do. I'm going to try.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
A cop pulled me over in the carpool lane. I asked what gave it away. Was it the mannequin? And he answered,
We can barely hear you. A cop pulled you over and there was a mannequin? Say it one more time, Scott.
Cop pulled me over in the carpool lane. I asked him what gave it away. Was it the mannequin?
Is there a
Hear me?
punch? Okay. Is there a punchline we're going to guess on that?
There is, but I thought Jackie was supposed to try to guess it.
All right.
There
A
wasn't-
cop pulled him over, and he said, what gave me away? Was it the mannequin
Yeah, the carpool lane.
in the carpool lane?
But there's no.
What's the question, Scott? Is there...
You want the punchline?
Yes, Scott.
Give us
I will send you a shirt just because you got me peaked.
What's the punchline?
It was the fact that you don't have a car.
It was the fact that you don't have a car. Okay, he had a mannequin, but he had no car. The cop pulled him over. He asked, why was it the mannequin? It wasn't the mannequin, he didn't have a car.
I'm hoping you don't have a license, Scott.
Some people get the game, some people don't. All right, well, thank you for calling in, Scott.
All right.
Have a good night.
I can't wait to tell that tonight.
All right.
Now, is that an average listener of yours, an average viewer?
Hey, you never know what you're going to find in Leominster, you know what I'm saying?
That was
They
one-
like the show wicked
That was
hard.
one Leo Minster.
All right, I got some beans over here,
you go,
Jackie.
Scott. You get one spoonful.
All right, did we have another caller or just one?
Call Scott back.
Just one for now, all right. I'm going to give you a few beans, and I'm going to take a few
Where's my
beans.
knife?
And right up here on the cutting board, grab them for you, sir.
Now
Just cut the ends off each one there, if you would.
I've done this.
You've done this before, so you know where
I've
we're
done
heading, right?
this.
All right. And I guess the one question you're probably tired of answering, but
I am
everybody
never tired
asks,
of anything.
do you regret leaving the Howard Stern Show?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here on the Comedy Kitchen, right?
No, you know, what I miss, though, is not the money or the fame. Yeah, I had, you know, not fame, but I had a little bit of fame. But what you miss is sitting in a room with 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 very, very talented, funny people and laughing for 5 hours a day.
Magic happens, right?
That
Yeah.
is not a natural thing, to sit there and laugh day after day, and that's what you go through withdrawals from, because that was an abnormal situation. That, do you want these cut in half too?
No, just as long as you just like
And,
just,
and that was just so great.
yeah, you want to
know.
toss yours right on in there? Be
But I
careful, it's
needed-
very hot.
I needed to
Careful.
quit
Whoa,
drinking.
told you
I
to.
needed to get divorced. I needed to get some sleep. I
Need to
needed
leave
get
the show for
stoned.
that. I said be careful.
And it was great, you know.
All right, so what do
There's days I wake up and I look at my house and go, wow, imagine with a couple $1 million what this house would look like. And the truth is, it'd probably look like the shipwreck it is now.
probably look the same, right? What have you been up to since you left the Howard Stern show?
But I just did a part in a sitcom pilot, and I just finished my autobiography, and we might have the funding for my documentary, and those are all things I've been saying for 15 years. I haven't had a drink in 15 years. I've been doing stand-up right on through, some big jobs, some small jobs. I had a radio show on Howard's Sirius XM 101 for 8 years.
Okay.
And just enjoying myself, you know, dating, laughing, not drinking,
Enjoying life, right?
smoking a little pot. but
You're
that-
known for that?
But that's about as
That's as
crazy
wild as you
I
get?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you know, and
train the
life
beans
is
out
good.
there.
Life is fun. I live on the beach. I swam before I came here today. I swim 2, 3, 4 times a day.
Big swimmer?
Yeah, and
So
I
you're
just-
enjoying life now more than the hectic
It's so
schedule
good.
of doing, say...
And people tell me that I look better than I looked 20 years ago. So, you know, what can I
Sure.
say?
Well, I mean, all the stress, it's a full day. Everybody sees the fun you have. They don't realize how much work goes into it, you
Yeah,
know?
and all that sex with Fred Norris and Gary, you know, that got tiring.
Yeah, that gets old after a
Yeah, it
while,
really
right? You can
does.
only do too much of
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Jackie. Gonna fry up some beef now. We got our green beans fried up here, just a
Where'd
little
the
bit
green
for
beans
us.
wind up?
Right over there. We strained them out. They're all strained. A little bit fried. Here
Yeah,
we
I
go.
am. I am a
You a little fried? All right, Jackie, we got a part of the show. It is called Funny Food Questions. Are you ready for a funny food question?
I'm going to ask you, or you're going to ask me?
I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Let's do it. Wait, get out of my pocket. Jackie, if you went to the grocery store, keep in mind you're at the grocery store,
I didn't steal anything, I promise you.
and you came home with some pussy, what do you think you'd be coming home with?
The cat that was abandoned by the people that lived next door to the grocery store, and the girl that was in the parking lot.
All right, well, let's take a look up here. What we'll be coming home with? And it's an energy drink. Pussy, energy drink, and who would name an energy drink pussy, Jackie? Do you have any idea?
I don't know about you, but pussy zaps my energy.
But you see, the thing
It
is,
drains it.
it's 100% natural ingredients, so what do you think's in the pussy?
I don't know, but that must take a long time for that girl to squat over that can.
Would you drink some of the pussy energy drink?
Oh, what do you mean, would I drink it? I can taste it now.
Taste it now. Good enough. All right. And that's what's going
I have
on.
done everything you can to one of those things, but I never thought about bottling it.
You need a little bit of energy, you go with the drink. All right.
I'll tell you a food joke.
Hit me with a food joke.
guy's
I'd
on
love
an
it.
airplane, and he looks and across the aisle, there's a woman breastfeeding her baby. And as the plane's coming in for a landing, a couple hours later, she's breastfeeding the baby again. And he said, "Excuse me, lady, I couldn't help but notice that you're breastfeeding your baby on takeoff, and now you're breastfeeding him again on landing. Is there a reason?" And she says, "Yes, I breastfeed my child on takeoff and landing, so his ears won't pop." And the guy says, "Damn, in all these years I've been chewing gum."
More than one way to get that done, right?
There you go.
There you go. All right, so let's
That
say,
was the food. Is that really a thing?
yeah, you can actually, somebody name that. You can
Pussy in a
actually,
bottle?
yeah, energy drink, yeah.
It's kind of a companion to
I guess it's a
cocktail-
catchy name.
cocktail ginger ale.
Who's in charge of management over there?
There you go. Cocktail
So,
ginger ale.
when you were starting out, like in comedy, I mean, who are some of the comedians that inspired you to want to try
I
it?
was
Who are
never
the
a comedy
guys you looked
fan.
at?
I was
No,
never a
okay.
comedy fan. I love jokes. But Rodney didn't really. Rodney was my
Rodney, sure.
ultimate favorite. And
The Godfather.
I loved Red Fox and Henny Youngman because they told jokes.
One-liners.
I was not a guy that bought albums. I didn't listen to Bill Cosby and George Carlin and Robert Klein. I wound up getting the albums and listening to them, but I wasn't a student of comedy. I was a
Okay.
student of jokes. So.
Oh, you remembered every joke. Absolutely.
And I loved them. So I got to work with Red Fox and work with Rodney. It was just so exciting,
Well, the thing I love about, you mentioned Rodney, was not so much his comedy, but he gave back. He brought up the Sam Kinnisons, the Louis Andersons, the Roseanne Barrs. He
He's
brought
such
forth
a
the next
character.
generation.
He's
and
such a character.
you're nice enough to be doing a show with me for Joke in the Box Comedy Club tonight, and I'll be one of the guys opening for you. So you're giving back too. Thank you. But what can the people expect at Jackie the Joke Man Martling show tonight?
You get the same thing that they've gotten for 40 years. An hour of filthy, disgusting jokes that start out not so bad and get pretty revolting. And, and then after that, I play like 15 or 20 minutes of Stump the Joke Man, and the guys play, and the girls come up on stage to play, and everybody tries to tell a joke, and we fiddle around and have fun. And then I stand around and, take pictures, sign autographs, answer questions, sell my stuff, and they actually have to try and throw me out at the end of the night. I stay for hours. I don't care.
You go and go, right? Because you love to do it, right? You still, after all these years, I'm
I
sure.
live for it. Some guys can't wait to get out of there. I love to hang out and,
The
that's all.
the people make it fun,
I
absolutely.
like the people.
All right, here's what we're going to do. Who's got the
I
Vince
tweet a
garlic?
joke every day at 4:20 p.m. International Marijuana Time at Jackie Martling.
All right.
And the jokes can be crazy, Ma. Be careful.
Mom's in the crowd. Give it up for Mom.
All right, Mom.
Love Mom, absolutely. All right, remember a teaspoon over there? I want to put 1 teaspoon right in the middle of the pot right here. Get it? Pot? No,
I got
pan.
it. 1
I'm messing with you.
teaspoon.
There you go.
I like garlic.
All right.
You want some juice?
It's up to you. You like the juice? We'll put the juice. We're going to put the beef. We got our garlic. We're going to put our string beans. You want to grab a little bit of water there? Add a little bit of water for us?
Now, you're supposed to be using metal on Teflon?
A little more.
I shouldn't question the chef.
Hey, I know what I'm doing. Don't you worry. Promise in the end it's all going to taste very,
Guess
very
he's not
good.
paying for his own frying pans, is he, Mom?
Well, the joke of the show is I like to eat. Oh, I love to eat. I like to cook. That's the joke. All right.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
So if they want to check out Jokey, what? Facebook, YouTube, website? Where are we going here?
Jokeland.com has all my gigs.
Add our onions.
If you like filthy jokes and you want to hear where I'm working, if you email me, you get an email every month full of jokes and where my gigs are. That's jokeland@aol.com.
Okay.
Jokeland@aol.com. I've had a dial a joke for 38 years. 516-922-WINE. We gave that out on the Stern Show all the time. Howard used to say to people, "Yo, you're a really nice guy. Why don't you call me at home?" And you'd give them that number, 516-922-9463. Filthy jokes, lots of fun.
That's good promotion. That's a good idea. I never thought of that.
I've been doing that forever.
Hey,
so
baby, call me. I give them the number to Joke in the Box. You gave me an idea. I like it.
that's exactly what you're supposed to do.
We got some sesame oil over there. You want to open that, put a splash? I got some cooking wine. We're going to give it a splash of cooking wine right there. Not too much because we got a show tonight, right? Beautiful. Going to mix this up a little bit.
Everybody likes to have a new joke. That's the fun thing about me is my jokes are repeatable.
Okay. Jackie,
That smells good.
it's getting
boss.
there. It's getting there. We're halfway there. We actually have a mascot here on the Comedy Kitchen, Jackie. His name is Bobo Banana. He's our banana on the street. He's out at local restaurants doing food reviews. You want to check out where Bobo's at?
How did I know that there was going to be a guy dressed up as a banana on this show? I swear to God, I had
Like
a
psychic,
feeling.
right?
Yes, yes.
Well, we got Shannon Sylvia from Ghost Hunters in the audience, and she's like part of the psychic world, so
Oh, okay.
Bobo's visitor. Check out where Bobo's at.
All right, I am down here at Espresso Pizza and Eatery on Central Street in Leominster, Massachusetts. I am here with Bobo Banana. And what are we reviewing today, Bobo? We got some mozzarella sticks. Let's take a look at those.
Mozzarella sucks.
Okay, if you say.
What did it say?
All right.
Mozzarella
What's your review,
sticks.
Bobo?
Oh.
All right. Bobo gave it a good review.
Sticks.
And you can't argue with a banana, can you, Jackie? If the banana, you got a banana joke? Hit us with a banana joke. I don't know. You got any vegetable
Two
joke?
bananas are lying on a riverbank. Two bananas are lying on a riverbank when a turd goes floating by.
Okay.
And the turd says, "Hey, fellas, come on in. The water's fine." And one banana looks at the other banana and says, "Do you believe that crap?"
You got them all. He didn't even know he was doing a cooking show, and you're pulling these off the top of your head.
I
like,
pulled
you
that
just-
banana right at, whatever.
You pulled that out of somewhere. Okay. All right, we need a half a teaspoon of salt. We got some salt right here for you. A half a teaspoon over there. I'll put that in.
1/8. 1/2.
1/2, man.
That's
Usually
a
it takes
lot of
comics
salt.
like 10 minutes to figure out. You're quick on those, so I can tell you cooked before.
I'm a great cook.
I love it. Teaspoon of soy sauce, and don't let it go too far there. So, Jackie, if there's one thing...
I make chicken Kiev, which is
That's your
unbelievable.
specialty?
Yep, I make beef stroganoff.
Okay.
I got a clue. Next time we do a cooking show, open these freaking things.
Hey,
What'd you
Mom's
say,
got us
1
prepared here on the
tablespoon?
Comedy Kitchen. No,
One-
teaspoon, please. Teaspoon. Not too much. You just had it a second ago. Good enough. Look at this guy go. Old pro. All right, now you've had, how many years have you been doing comedy? You've had a story career. How long has it
Since
been?
79.
79. One thing you'd like to do in comedy you haven't done yet, what would the one thing be? Other than the Comedy Kitchen.
I would like to have do a one-man show on Showtime or HBO or something like that, where it's me with my jokes and my stories and my songs. And I did it in Manhattan a couple times, and it's really fun. And I'll get to it eventually, especially to promote my book. You know, I never had a special on Showtime or HBO or anything, and I've been making people laugh for
What's
a
the name of
solid
your
hour
book?
for 40 years. I'm not sure the name of my
Oh, you
book.
don't know it yet? Okay.
You know.
You got a book coming out. You
That's
ready
it.
for
No,
it?
it's not coming out yet,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
it's written.
It's in
It'll
the works?
probably be dull. The title be dull. You know, like the Joke Man.
The Joke
you
Man.
know. You know,
All right.
or I was going to call it, you know, Women Wreck My Life, and they weren't even pretty women. But
I've been there, brother. I do a character called the
Don't
Child
touch
Support
me. I'm
Superhero.
supposed to be in a box,
You're in a
you
box.
idiot.
All right.
What are you
Well, hope
doing?
Jeff's on that. I don't know. Jeff, we go to editing. We can make it all pretty. Don't you worry. All right, a little bit more water, if you would,
a
please,
little bit
sir.
more water.
Here comes the water.
Oh.
No, well, after. All right, now maybe a little spoonful of your Elmer's glue paste you made there with the flour. Throw a little bit in here for us. Look at this guy go.
What are we calling this?
This is beef and string beans. Gonna thicken this up. All right, Jackie, we're getting close to the end here, and I've had a lot of I've had a lot of veteran comics on the Comedy Kitchen. I've had some young comics, and I've had some legends on here like yourself. And I ask all the legends the same question. There's a lot of young comics out there in the Boston area and all over the country. They want to travel the road that you've already traveled in comedy. You had some advice for the young comics coming up. What would it be?
It's very funny. When you start out, you start doing well. Obviously, people come up and start asking you, hey, I want to be a comedian, what do I do? Hey, and you've got to come up with a stock answer, because you can't sit there and beat yourself up every time. And so long ago, I decided to tell people, if a young guy comes up to me and says, I want to be a comedian, what should I do? I tell him, quit. You haven't got a chance. Now, the truth of it is, the reason I tell them that is because if me telling you to stop is enough to even slow you down, you have no room in this crazy, crazy world, because all you're going to do is hit dead ends every second of your life. So me just saying give up even affects you. Then I read later on that Matt Damon gives the same advice, Sean Young gives the same advice, but the moral, not the moral, but the funny part of the story is in whatever year it was, Jimmy Fallon was on Saturday Night Live, and he got a movie. And he'd never been on the Stern Show, but he was a huge fan, and he called up the Stern Show to promote his movie. And Howard was like, oh, it's really good to talk to you, Jimmy. And Jimmy says, you know, I met all you guys back when you ran for governor. I live right outside of Albany, and you guys all came up to Albany in the bus, and you guys were all at the bar. This is Jimmy Fallon. He said, I went up to Jackie at the bar and told him I wanted to be a comedian, and he told me to quit.
Well, good thing he didn't listen to you, right?
That's a true story. He loves that story more
It's a
than I
tough
do.
business, yeah. Comedy, everybody, we know. You do it because you love it,
You
not
do it-
because it's
yeah,
easy, man.
You do it because you love it. I just listened to Carol Leifer on Gilbert
tough
Gottfried's
business, man.
podcast and just talking about banging your head against the wall. Carol Leifer and I worked together in the middle of nowhere out on Long Island, and we had to do a show or else we weren't going to get paid. And the hockey game was in triple overtime. And I had to climb up on the stool and turn off the hockey game with the bar load of guys watching the hockey game, and she just looked at me and said, "You got some hard bark on you." And I said, "That's the only way we're going to get anything done. You know, you want to come from the city all the way to Riverhead and not get paid? I don't want to, you know."
All right, Jackie, I got one for you.
Stick in there.
I am divorced.
Yeah.
Because I'm divorced, well, I pay the child support, okay? So, you know, I figured I find a new girlfriend, I'm going to set her straight right off the bat, right? Found a new girlfriend, I wined her, I dined her, we got ready to make love for the first time.
The first time.
Took off my pants and I tossed them at her. I said, "Put those on." She said, "I can't wear those." I said, "That's right, remember that. I wear the pants in this relationship." Then she took off her underwear and threw them at me and said, "What?"
She said, "Yep, and you're not going to get into these if you don't change your way."
That's right. You know every joke, you know, right? You ready for my favorite part of
You
the
know
show?
how a girl knows she's had a great date?
How's that?
She walks in the house, takes off her clothes, she throws her panties up, and they stick to the ceiling.
Plate for you, fork for you, sir. Plate for me, fork for me. Give you a little bit of beef and string bean. You're gonna give me a little
That
bit
does make somebody hungry to cook in front of them.
Oh, I've been smelling it. Now it's my favorite part of the show.
Come on.
After you, sir. Mm-hmm.
5 stars.
5 stars. Hey, can't get any better than that.
Fantastic. Wow.
Jackie, I thank you so much for being on the Comedy Kitchen. I look forward to our show tonight over at Joke in the Box Comedy Club. If you want to leave them off, best joke you got, hit them with it right now.
A woman calls the doctor and says, "Doc, I have diarrhea. Can I take a bath?" And he says, "If you have enough."
I love it. For Jackie the Joke Man, I'm Dennis Wirth. I want to thank the studio audience. I thank the crew. Most of all, I thank you at home. Until next time, be well and laugh, folks. Good night.
Follow me on Twitter.
Follow him on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter.